What historical experiences motivated the development of Arena?
Oh, lots of them. I'd start with a company that Michael Polovak, my co-founder, founded, and that I joined very early on, employee number 2 or 3, down in Monterey, making underwater photo and video equipment. And that company produced a very complex product in fairly low volume with pretty tight turnaround times on revisions of the product, because we were working with third-party lighting and camera manufacturers. And for that company, managing this information well was the difference between success and failure. If you could keep track of your bill of materials and control your changes and reuse your designs, you could have a profitable business. And if you couldn't, you really weren't going to be successful producing that kind of product in that kind of market. And so that, in some sense, established for me the foundation of, ooh, this problem is important if you're in manufacturing. And then I'd say a second insight I got when I was working at a company making scanners, and we were trying to bring up a product at a plant in Guadalajara, Mexico. And we were actually using a very nicely engineered system for managing the bills of materials and document control within the company. But we weren't able to get the manufacturing partner to access that information on their shop floor. And so we went down to bring up this product, and we found that all of our nice tight controls within our 4 walls really hadn't prevented the kinds of errors that came from not having tight control over your information. And so that was sort of the second piece, big insight for me was, oh, and it's not just a problem within your company, it's a problem for the entire sort of partnership of companies that come together to make a product. And boy, it's really in your interest to make sure that every company in that community has access to the latest product specifications. And between those two things, that's sort of the heart of what ultimately became Arena, is the insight that it's about the bill of materials and managing change of the bill of materials, and it's about making sure that that information is accessible to the people who actually need it when they're producing products.
So these observations seem to predate when technology came about to actually enable it. So at what time did you begin to observe technology and say, hey, this is probably something that now I can actually actualize, the ideas that I had previously I can actualize now?
I'd say right around 1999. Actually, it was very interesting because I mentioned Michael Polovak earlier, and we had worked together at Light Motion. And right around the end of 1998, the beginning of 1999, we had sort of stayed in touch, and we both wanted to get together with each other to talk. And it was because we had both come to the conclusion that, hey, there's now a real opportunity to solve the problem that we faced in a completely different way than simply building complex software that you then ship to somebody for them to try and install and use. We could actually do this in a way where we are managing one version of the application that's providing one version of the truth about their product to our customers. When we're making changes and improvements, 100% of our customers have access to those changes and improvements. When we're fixing a problem, we fix it for everyone all at once. And so, I think both of us had the same aha of, oh, this is a different world, and this is a substantially better world for delivering complex enterprise software to manufacturing companies.
In this video, Eric described how working in a company with a high complexity bill of material greatly influenced the development of Arena. Secondly, experiences in working for a company which had high bill of material collaboration needs was a second major motivator. The conclusions about how this type of software should be designed for optimally managing BOMs seems to have been arrived at independently by the two founders prior to technology being capable of actualizing the conceptual design. By 1999, Eric and his founder realized that the technology had caught up with the vision that they shared with regards to developing an application that could manage the issues with a BOM that they had previously experienced.